Bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
Yo, what's up, everybody? PMP Nation. Let's see, episode 577. Stairway to Heaven. Like Led Zeppelin, led by me, Dr. C. The PMP, the best chat of the house yet. That's what we don't spat. We don't spit. We talk about lit. We getting lit. It's late night chicken. Like cooling. Cause we fried schooling. We take it old school like the Undertaker on the road. No fool. That's what we do. Have fun every single week with who? Me and you. The PMP crew. Every single week. Tuesday night. Chilling like a villain. No, we ain't no villain. We the baby face. The human race is better with us on the airwaves. Cheddar cheese. Smile for you and me. That's what we do. We PMP, the best chat room in the galaxy. Every single week we having fun. There's no one better than us. The show Galaxus. Because we have fun every single week. Every single week. P&P with Dr. C. It's all good. Like the t-shirt says in the hood. just like that. Where is the hood? There is in the hood. There it is. There it is. There we go. Like no one knows. Everybody coming on YouTube now, because that's what I'm going to do every single week. Wow. Doing my own thing on P&P. Hey Wayne, what you do when every single week? Screwing, schooling, crewing, brewing. That's what we do every single week with the P&P crew. 577, that's what we do. Have a single fun every single week, every single Tuesday. Yay! With Dr. Say. Yeah! Yeah! What's up, everybody? Episode 577. That's what we do every single week. Hey, so guess what, man? As you can see, we are exclusively Pancakes and Powerslams platforms now. I told y'all, I gave y'all enough time to prep yourselves. I said, subscribe over to YouTube so you can get the notifications. I said it because I said, hey, man, we're going to move over to P&P. We're going to move all the way to the P&P platforms. Big shout out to Wrestling Rumors. There's still, I'll still be posting stuff there. I'll still be posting videos there, but this is the Pancakes and Powerslams Show. We are exclusively on the platforms of P&P now. Right now, P&P YouTube, P&P Facebook, P&P Twitter, exclusively P&P. Now, the P&P YouTube page is posted on Wrestling Rumors for you to come on P&P, but it is all about expanding the brand, taking a big leap, and sharpening my brand, man. So be sure to subscribe. This will be also archived and put on the podcast. That's the joy of coming on P&P Live with Dr. C. Because this will be on podcast airwaves, on Blog Talk Radio and all your other podcasts. But the joy of coming on P&P Live is because for those who listen to the archives and listen to the podcast, they're listening to people come live and asking questions. That's why it's always cool to just join me live. You get to hear me have a horrible freestyle in the beginning and lip sync and auto tunes in the end, and answer your questions the way we do every single week, and have lots of fun here on P&P. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube already, Pancakes and Powerslams, do it, because from now on, I told you. And so from now on, we will be exclusively through live. At least we'll be there'll be videos popping up everywhere and different media sites and things like that. But as far as live content, as far as the live show, every single week, it will be exclusively from now on through the Pancakes and Powerslams outlets. And so I'm excited about it. That's a bold business move to use to thankfully all the influences that I had throughout different things. I was like, you know what, man, got to start building up the P&P brand on YouTube. So the content that we have on this show is really one of a kind, and we have a great time every single week. So we need to build P&P because for years I've been people have been wanting me, and I've been so blessed to use different platforms to really promote P&P. But at this point, P&P is a big enough brand to be built from within toward out now. So that's what we're going to do starting today. So I'm really excited about it. Of course, Like, comment, share, subscribe. That boosts the algorithms up and let people more people know about PNP. And let's look at this archives, and then they sub, and then they start joining live, and then more people comment on the video, and they like and they share, and then they sub, and then they boost the algorithm even more, and then they start coming on live. That's how we're going to continue to build PNP from within now. So super excited about that. Thank you so much for everybody. Of course, hashtag AskDoc. That's what we are going to do. Already got some good questions. Again, PNP Nation, y'all are awesome. Y'all just went right on over and followed me and ready to rock and roll. So that makes my job so much easier. So let's get right into it. Rito was you were just on unscripted. So thank you for just coming right over, man, my man. Do I see Montez getting a push soon for a belt? So let's jump right into it. The topic of the day is Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are rumored to split soon, potentially for the draft. Do I see it happening? Yes, I do see it happening. Do I think it should happen? Yes, I do, actually. And I think it should happen via a split. I've shared this before on the previous show. I don't think that one thing I don't want to see, and I've talked about this before. I mentioned, if they were going to keep them together, this is before I found out. We found out about a draft. So if they weren't going to have a draft, I pitched the idea of Montez Ford possibly leading the Hurt Business if they weren't going to have a draft. Now I'm back full force into the idea of I think Montez Ford should be like super heavily like Booker T style pushed, like Booker T and WCW circa 2000. I think that he should get the straps on him, and not meteoric. I would do more of a slow build push for him. I'm still in favor. I think you should definitely split the titles before next WrestleMania. Of course, they should be absolutely split. I'm still in the camp of I think Montez Ford should win the Royal Rumble. I think if you do the split, he'll have 7 months, 8 months to build himself as a at least upper mid card talent. You'll have 8 months to build that up. So I think he should win the Royal Rumble. Be a good mid card talent for 8 months, build himself up, win the Royal Rumble. I'm all for that, and the title should be split at this point. So I wouldn't mind, if somehow Cody, wins the title before then, one of the titles, and turns heel. I wouldn't mind a Cody Rhodes versus Montez Ford match for the title. Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind in during that time, Austin Theory, Montez Ford, SummerSlam for the United States Championship, and Montez won the United States Championship. So he'll get his mid-card push. This year, he can feud with Theory, become U.S. champion, and it's easy. He can lose at a Royal Rumble. And what would be really cool is if he was able to, have a push, get drafted in May, and go and stay on Raw, and Angelo get drafted on SmackDown. Montez, basically, he's seeking after the, he's eyeing that U.S. championship. Austin Theory is not doing anything post Cena. Like he's just there. He's not doing much of anything. He's racking up some wins, sure, but he's been lost. I mean, like he's been basically irrelevant post Cena. So there you go. I'll be all for Montez Ford versus Austin Theory for United States Championship. So Montez wins the title at SummerSlam and keeps the title for, 4 or 5 months. What would be cool would be if he lost it at the Royal Rumble, maybe a triple threat match or so. Lost at the Royal Rumble. At the opening match at the Royal Rumble, he loses it. He loses the title. And so it would make sense for, like, okay, so you're losing the title and you're going to go, get a world title match. You're going to be in a world title contention. No, that wouldn't make sense. But if he loses the U.S. Championship at the beginning of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view and at the end of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, win the Royal Rumble, okay, there you go. There's your transition. You go from mid-card, upper mid-card level to main event level. And I would say a really, really good heel that he can go against, to have his big moment at the WrestleMania for next year. That's your person right now as a singles wrestler. That's your person that you can latch on to. That can be a star, man. I personally think that Montez Ford can be an absolute star. Angelo Dawkins on the other end, I don't see it, unfortunately. For me, I think Angelo Dawkins is a tag team guy. I think he's a tag team guy, man. So Angelo Dawkins is a singles guy. If he does get split up, he'll, I can see him on SmackDown. Man, I don't know where to put him. I don't know where to put him. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find out what's left for Angelo Dawkins, as a singles wrestler. Does he join a stable? Does he find another partner? I don't know what. I don't know where he can go, man. I just don't know. And it's sad to see that, but I really don't know where Angelo can go. If y'all have an idea, if Angelo gets drafted to SmackDown, if y'all have an idea, PMP Nation, feel free to, toss it out, and we'll see. We'll discuss it. Yeah. I mean, there you go. Yeah, that's so the Tucker Knight syndrome is sad because, like, I've seen it on social media that a lot of people are comparing the kind of like the forbidden tag team partner to Tucker Knight, and it's true though. I mean, like, when Tucker and Otis split, which I think was, heavy machinery, from them splitting was one of the worst things that could possibly happen for them. As far as Tucker is concerned, I interviewed him not too far after he left, after he got let go of WWE, and he shared a lot then as far as how he felt and just how the split was a bad idea. It was a horrible idea, man. They had him cut his hair. They had him be super generic. It was horrible, man. They just gave up on him. And so, yeah, it does make sense, like, for the forbidden tag team partner during a split up be compared to Tucker Knight. And unfortunately, I mean, I really want the best for Angelo Dawkins. Like, I respect his grind, and I respect the fact that he's been busting his butt, man, just teaming up with this person. He teamed up with Riddick Moss for a while. He was in NXT for a long time, man. And finally they put him with Angelo Dawkins and it clicked. Yeah, it was great. It was great. And so, do you put him again with someone? It could work. I mean, you could put him back with Moss, but Moss is a heel now. do you put them back with Moss as a heel tag team? It looked very generic on NXT when they were teaming together. It didn't really work too well. I don't know who you team them with. I mean, there's people there. I mean, there's in the draft, there's people there that can possibly team with them, but who though? I mean, like, do you have him join? I know that they scrapped plans for the Hurt Business, but do you have him join the Hurt Business? Like, do you do a Hurt Business with Cedric and Shelton and MVP and Omos and Angelo Dawkins? Oh, that would seem super like worse than the first one, because I don't want Bobby Lashley to have anything to do with the 2.0 Hurt Business, and I don't want Montez Ford to have anything to do with a 2.0 Hurt Business. So it would seem very much of a downgrade from the first Hurt Business. So no need to do that. I wouldn't call it the Hurt Business if you have Angelo, possibly join, maybe start teaming up with Omos. I mean, like, it's tough. It's tough to theorize what you do with Angelo Dawkins, man. I really hope that he gets a decent spot out of this, but I don't see it. Well, King of the Ring didn't get canceled. Night of Champions, I still believe it's in Saudi, but it's Night of Champions is later in the year, isn't it? That was later in the year. That was the other Saudi event for later on this year. Oh yeah. Isn't that crazy? Probably because oh gosh. I did see, because I did see a promo about this, but man, they just do whatever the heck they want to. So super weird, man. So as of so that was from what I remember, the King of the Ring was a Triple H concept. Like Triple H wanted to bring that back. Because they plugged it. They plugged the King and the Queen of the Ring. But super weird, because even WWE still has it up on their WWE to return to Jeddah for WWE King and Queen of the Ring at the Jeddah Superdome on Saturday, May 27th. And it's still on WWE's website. They didn't even take it out. They haven't even taken it off their website yet. So, super weird, man. WWE, just the continuous, just the continuous up and down, just indecisiveness with WWE is just mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling. Because I don't even see any news that there's a really, really weird, man. I know. Let me see what Sportskeeda did something about it a few days ago. Renaming their kings and queens. It was recently announced renaming the king and queens. It comes to travel to Saudi Arabia to host a newly named Night of Champions. Yeah, odd, super odd. Now Here's the thing. Here's what I can see here's where I can see the reason why they did that, which I think is weird that they would like. Wouldn't you know that Reigns is going to reach 1,000 days? Now I've said this before. It would be the 1,000th day for Roman Reigns. All right, so um, it would make perfect sense. I like the King and Queen of the Ring idea. I would hope that they somehow bring that back, later in the year. But I mean, yeah, may see the thing is, I remember they did a tournament before, and Saudi. It really didn't mean much, but I think Shane McMahon and wasn't like Shane McMahon and did he win it? Wasn't it like a crown, if I'm not mistaken? He won the tournament or something like that. It was just a meaningless tournament. Uh, but if you do King and Queen of the Ring, put a stipulation before it, man. Put a stipulation by it. Brock Lesnar, when he won the King of the Ring back in 2002, it actually helped him. You know what I mean? He ended up going against The Rock at SummerSlam that year. So make it, put a stipulation behind it. Make it the winner have a title instead of just like when Xavier Woods, won the King of the Ring. What did it mean? When Baron Corbin won the King of the Ring, what did it mean? It just, you're doing it on random Raws and SmackDowns, and it just doesn't even mean anything. Like, this person should have a world title shot. I mean, it became like a mid-card showcase. I was hoping with the Saudi thing, they would make it feel bigger, and the winner would get, I think the winner should have got a world title shot that night. But I can see with them doing Night of Champions now. I can see it because, of course, this is speculation. I don't know this for sure, but I can see them doing this because it is Reigns' 1,000th day. I've said that before. As far as that, that date is Roman Reigns' 1,000th day as champion. Now, I can see them making that a thing and just kind of building a story arc behind that. Does that mean that Cody beats Roman that day? I can see that. I've said that before. I can see Cody beat Roman at now the Night of Champions. And so I can see it being Night of Champions now because of Roman Reigns being champion for 1,000 days that day. But wouldn't you know that Roman Reigns is champion for 1,000 days? And why would you just randomly advertise the King and Queen of the Ring a month and a half ago, and then all of a sudden, just kidding. Let's Night of Champions. Just the inconsistency in WWE is just mind-boggling at times. First time interviewing a book. Yeah. Cody was cool. We talked a lot actually afterwards too. Nice lady. Very, very cool lady. Which brand is in the doctor? I think you mean is the doctor getting drafted to? Raw, because I'm going to overhaul Raw and completely change the game because it's not a good show. I'm going to tell Vince McMahon to put you in the Hall of Fame. Sure, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Can you not take painkillers for your back? You shouldn't sit there in pain just to talk to us. But we do very much appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that, Ricky. See, here's the thing, man. Over the years, they have given me so many things. They've given me so many different things for my back. And my back feels a little, I mean, it still feels terrible right now, but it's not as piercing. It's probably about a 6 now. It's about a 9 earlier in the Tuesday morning. Monday night to Tuesday morning, it was about a 9 actually. Went down to about a 6 because I was at work and one of the front desk people gave me some, like, there was like some headache relief. What is it? The acetaminophen, yeah, there you go. Acetaminophen. So yeah, that's what gave me some acetaminophen, and it actually helped my backache. So it brought it down a bit. But they've given me some heavy stuff back in the day. I mean, like, not back in the day. I mean, as of like a few months ago. But I definitely, nah, man. I don't want to be dependent on that stuff. I would take it before to, have a better sleeps, and it helped for a second, but after a while, I mean, it didn't take no time for it to not help. So saw a doctor. Yes, I saw my doctor yesterday, the one who did 2 of the surgeries out of the 3 surgeries that I got, and so we'll see. I'm supposed to be getting a CAT scan, and it's crazy. 5 doctors. I'm into 5 doctors, and can nobody pull the direct source of these back issues? And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's just ugh. And I can say whatever I want now because it's completely my show now. Like, it was live through Wrestling Rumors before, but it is live completely on YouTube, on PNP platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all PNP platforms now. So as of today, I mean, it was my show, period. I mean, this is my show, but it was still live on another platform. It's all my platforms now. It's completely, it's full reign, carte blanche. I can do and say whatever I want because it's my show and it's my platforms now. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Very much exciting. So y'all can ask me whatever y'all want, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And y'all are great. It didn't take nothing for me to move over to all my platforms and for the PNP Nation to move over with me. So I appreciate you all. 962 days for the gift. I was thinking about this TPWC, Ricky. Roman Reigns is the face of this particular wrestling era, and I'm okay with that because, I would venture to say that Roman Reigns is a better figurehead for his particular era than John Cena was. I think Stone Cold definitely figurehead for his era. Hogan was an amazing figurehead for his era. But the Cena era wasn't, it was Cena because of the longevity and because of the title reigns, but it wasn't exclusively Cena though. Like, Triple H was around, Taker was around, Edge was around. So Cena, because of his popularity, because of his multiple title reigns, because of the way he was pushed, he was the figurehead for that era. But as far as just aura and like super feeling like better than everybody else, top of the line, and just the contribution to his era as a whole, I would put Roman Reigns over John Cena as far as impact in his particular era. Because the thing is, John Cena stayed babyface, which, Vince McMahon wanted him to stay babyface. Again, I've told you before, I'm not a big fan of turns if it doesn't mean anything. And Vince didn't want to turn him. And so what happened? He stayed babyface for 15 years, plus, actually 15 plus years, and never turned heel. Okay. I mean, Vince wanted him as the guy, the face of the company. And I think the Cena era, to me, I think the Cena era was one of the eras that contributed to WWE becoming more niche because there's so many people who left wrestling as a whole during the Cena era. From about 2005 on, um, people just started to lose interest in wrestling. It became more niche. It became Super Cena. You know, that's what they call it, Super Cena. It was just, it just became Cena, 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 Cena. And people were just like, I'm out. Like, I'm not, I'm just, this isn't clicking with me to have Cena just, you know, run roughshod through people. And I will say this, though. I will say this. For a long time, I couldn't stand John Cena because, you know, I had so many negative things to say about him as far as his wrestling style and just the fact that, you know, he was cool at first and then Super Cena was just awful for the company. But I will say this though, Cena's wrestling ability is actually better than a lot of people think it is, because he's had some bangers of some feuds though, like Edge, Orton, Taker, Guerrero. He had some bangers for some feuds. Michaels, Triple H, you know what I mean? So he has some pretty solid matches over his tenure. A lot of people don't really a lot of people, they have their perception of John Cena just because it's easy to perceive John Cena like that, just because that's became the perception of John Cena. But I will say this though, John Cena's he's had some very solid matches over his career, and I give him major kudos for that. But his era though, I definitely don't think um, I definitely don't think his era, his figurehead of his era is more impactful than Roman Reigns, even from a business standpoint. You know, WWE's doing record business, record numbers, sold their company for $9.3 billion. This was all under the Roman Reigns era over the past 3 years. It's been more because I think his first title was in oof, 32 was his first championship when he beat Triple H. So that was 7 years ago. So that was 16 when he won his first world championship. Um that was right. Yeah, because 31 was um him and Lesnar, and that's when Rollins came in and won. 32 was Triple H and um Reigns. But I think didn't Reigns have it beforehand? Because it was for the title, right? Wasn't it for the wasn't the Royal Rumble that year for the title? The one that Triple H won and Ambrose was the runner up. It was for the title, wasn't it? That was that 7 years? Was that long that the last time Royal Rumble was for the championship? They brought it back after '92. They didn't do it at all until that year. But was that 7 years ago? Wow, time just flies. And the last two people were Ambrose and Triple H, right? That means that was 2016. Let's find out. Let's find out. Was it really that long ago? Yeah. Wow. That was for the title. That was back in 2016. That was 7 years ago. It's the last time it was for the title. Man, just time's flying, man. Yeah, so that was when, because Triple H won, it was for the title, and then Roman Reigns beat Triple H. But What was Roman Reigns' first championship though? Was that his first title? Was that his first title reign? Let me see. First Roman Reigns' first title reign was his first title reign was Survivor Series of 15. Okay. So he beat Ambrose. Yeah, I remember that. And that's when Sheamus cashed in, right? That was his first WWE Championship reign. Because Sheamus cashed in. And then Reigns won it a few weeks later on Raw. Yep. And then 32 was his third reign. Man, they hot shot that thing for a few months. Reigns had 3 reigns by the time he main evented his second WrestleMania, because Brock, he main evented 31, because 15 is the year that he won the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's see here. What's up? What's up, Aaron? Great idea to shift this over to YouTube. It will help build a channel. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yep. All for building the brand, man. All for it. I do have a middle name. Yes, I do have one. I was going to Rollins in the building. Nice. I was going to order KFC, but now I'm thinking pancakes from IHOP. You know, here's the thing. IHOP pancakes. They have I used to get Cinestack pancakes from IHOP. I haven't been to IHOP for a long time. I have some really, really good omelets though. I think it was like the Colorado omelet. Delicious. But I would get the Cinestack pancakes. It was like a cinnamon roll style, like Cinnabon style pancakes. I don't think they sell them anymore though. IHOP. I don't think they sell them anymore, unfortunately. At least here in Columbus. Yeah. Man, it used to be so, yeah, they don't sell them anymore, but I used to get them here. I mean, they don't sell them in Columbus. But man, they were good. And I think it's the Colorado omelet. That was really good. Yeah, it came right up. Yeah, man, this thing was delicious. Yeah, I think it had meat on the top too. Man, I love it. I mean, the stuff. I mean, just the protein that's in that joker, man. Delicious. Delicious. But here's the thing with IHOPs though, man. Unfortunately, like the IHOPs, they are horrible when it comes to just feeling their presentation. Terrible, man. Like every single IHOP that I go to here in the city or even the suburbs, it just looks so dirty and dingy. It just looks like everything about it just reeks of dirt and dinginess and like soiled dishes. Like it just looks bad. And I used to go to IHOP and like it looked fresh, it looked new, it looked revived, it looked renovated. But man, I mean, there was a time recent, like there was within the past year that my family and I went to IHOP and we left because it just looked so dirty and dingy, and it was bad. And then I went to one within the past year that was in another suburb of Columbus, and I asked them if they had the Cinestack pancakes, and they said that they didn't, and I left. So because that's the reason why I wanted IHOP. So Big fan of IHOP Cinestack pancakes and their Colorado, and they had like a juice there too. That's like a very fruity juice that's like the tropical island twist. I think is what it's called. Really tasty, very tasty. But I would feel uncomfortable going. I would feel uncomfortable going to IHOP because I would run the risk of just oozing dirt, like tasting like soiledness. Like it just they need to do a IHOP needs to do a much better job allocating their dollars on revamping and revitalizing the brand of IHOP. It's just it just feels just dingy and that can affect your presentation. Alonzo, what's up, my man? Do I think that Cody lost at WrestleMania because WWE wants Roman's title reign to reach 100 days first? I don't think that was something that they wanted to happen like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I heard that it became solid within like 2 weeks before Mania of who they wanted to win. So it wasn't solid before that. So I imagine that there were some talks of Cody winning. I'm glad he didn't. Like I said many, many times before, I felt like it was contrived. You have this big old 2.5 year bloodline angle, and then basically Cody Rhodes just wins the Royal Rumble. And 2 months later, about 2 months later, he just inserts himself into the world title with not a really strong build. Finished the story was really all he got because he was coming into a big old bloodline feud that's been one of their best bloodlines in the past decade. Been one of their best storylines in the past decade at least. And then Cody Rhodes just kind of comes in and says, finish the story and wins the title. No, it just didn't feel authentic. It felt so skeletal, like I've said many times. It felt skeletal. And I think that they I think they considered that eventually. I think they considered that eventually because the impact that Roman Reigns has had, if someone beats him for the title, it needs to have a really good story behind it because no one's on the level of Roman Reigns, and you can't just have anyone beat him. And so, yeah, man, you just there's got to be much better build for Roman Reigns. It has to be in order to beat him. And so I think WWE eventually saw that there needs to be more skin on this chase for Cody. It needs to be much more meat on it. It needs to be much more meat on this chase. And I can respect that. I think that that's a good call. Like I said before. Was my favorite WrestleMania? What was my favorite match of WrestleMania and my least favorite? Good question. So, my favorite match of I guess you mean both nights was Reigns and Cody. I think Reigns and Cody was a fantastic match. People always say, "Well, Roman Reigns is champ because he cheated." He's a heel. Roman Reigns is champ. The only reason why he's champ for so long is because he cheated. He always cheats, man. What is wrong with these fans? He's a heel. He's supposed to cheat. Like, what the heck, man? Because you comment like that, Roman Reigns may still continue to be champion because that's the type of that's the type of reaction that he's supposed to solicit because he's a heel. So I was a big fan of Cody and Roman. There was a really good story behind it. You thought Cody was going to win with the multiple crossroads. kicking out this spears and stuff like that. It was really good, man. I really liked it. Cody and Roman was a really good match, man. Good story behind it. Solo Sikoa got his WrestleMania moment by costing Cody. I wish they would have done much. I wish they would have done more with that, though. I see. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I think it was a stupid move to have Cody beat Solo Sikoa on the Raw before WrestleMania. It was absolutely pointless. A stupid call, and absolutely ridiculous way to book Solo Sikoa losing his streak at a Raw before WrestleMania. That could have been saved. That could have been saved. You could have done. It would have made perfect sense. Light bulb moment. Whoa. You've got Solo Sikoa's streak on the line. You're trying to give Cody some reps as to give him more babyface steam. That's the reason why you're doing that with Lesnar. Okay, pause. Put a hold on that. And what you can do is you could have had Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa at Backlash. Why? Because Solo Sikoa was the person who costed Cody the world championship. So it would have made perfect sense for Cody to want Solo Sikoa. Like I say before, there's 3 methods for a top name. There's 3 positions that a top name can be in to stay consistently having that main event feel. He or she can either be the champ, be chasing the championship, or be derailed from chasing the championship. Right now, Cody Rhodes falls in the category of being derailed from chasing the championship. And guess what? They feud with the person who derails them. Who derailed Cody? Solo Sikoa. Therefore, Cody Rhodes should have beef with who? Solo Sikoa. And Cody Rhodes should compete against Solo Sikoa at Backlash, because Backlash is a minor pay-per-view, and it's a great pay-per-view to have Cody versus Solo because there's beef there. You cost me the title. Now I want to fight you. Should have saved the streak. It would have been more buy-in. Solo Sikoa is undefeated. He's going to be a very difficult foe because he's undefeated. He's the enforcer of bloodline. So therefore, you could have had Cody versus Solo at Backlash. And guess what? You could have also done? You could have saved Riddle's return, because Riddle could have been distracting Solo Sikoa, and that would have protected Solo, and that could have caused Cody to beat Solo Sikoa. And then you have Riddle and Sikoa. Simple booking, people. Simple booking, people. Simple booking, people. And you should have saved Cody and Brock for SummerSlam, because it would have made more sense, because it would have helped Cody's chase. Okay. It's real simple. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. My least favorite match was the probably the 6-man Trish and Lita and Becky against Damage Control. That match was bad. The 4-way women's tag team match was bad too, but I think I got the 6-man. It was bad. Lita's, she hits my heart. She's the GOAT to me. She's my favorite. She's my all-time favorite. And seeing Lita nowadays, tough. tough. She's like super slow. Like she's like 3 steps behind like everybody all the time. And it's tough to see that for my all-time favorite women's wrestler. I'm off to a huge wrestling convention next week. Big Show, DDP, Goldberg, Daniel Bryan, FTR, Demolition, Booker T, Carlito, and many more will be there. Very nice. Have a lot of fun. By the way, Ricky, that's awesome. So a lot of times I look at conventions and I look at like different like stuff on TV and I look at different matches. I'm like, who did I interview from like that list or that? I'm so blessed to know and to interview so many people that I can actually look at matches on Raw and AEW and Impact and stuff like that and SmackDown and say, man, I've interviewed him before. So out of this list, I've interviewed DDP, Goldberg, Booker T, and Carlito. Those are the people out of this list of I have interviewed. So good stuff, man. Have fun. D Money, what's up, man? D Money, we give you love if you're new. PNP Nation gives you love if you're new. Are you new? We give you much love. We welcome you with open arms, man. What stories that AEW or WWE can develop to make casuals come back to wrestling? Oof, man. That's a good question. That's a good question. It's going to take a lot. I would say AEW, they actually had something going on with Wardlow and MJF feud. They had something going. I think that was one of their best stories was MJF and Wardlow. And then now they just make Wardlow. I mean, like, I would just say enough with just the flash in the pan wrestling matches, man. So yeah, it would be something I would have to. I think you can pull people back with Punk coming back just because of what was involved with Punk, and just you make it real and it can transcend through different media outlets and things like that. But there's got to be somebody else involved from a realist perspective. I think at this point you got to put Tony Khan on the screen, and somehow he's involved with it, even if you want to make Tony Khan the some type of heel GM and trying to and siding with Punk, you know what I mean, and stopping Kenny Omega from having an opportunity to go against them, or trying to make it against all odds for him to go against Punk, something to that nature. I think would generate more interest because it's a story. You got to give me more story. WWE, the Bloodline was good. I think the Bloodline was good as far as casuals coming back in. Raw being 3 hours and a bad 3 hours. I mean, that's going to continue to keep casuals away. I mean, SmackDown gets about 500,000 viewers, 300,000 to 500,000 more viewers than Raw does. So I mean, that's saying a lot when it comes to Raw. Raw makes more money because they have the third hour and ad revenue and things like that, but SmackDown is more popular. Alonzo, did you hear about the rumor that Bayley, Drew, and Asuka are unhappy lately in WWE? Yeah, I have. I can definitely understand why all three of them are unhappy, especially, I would say all of them, actually. Asuka at least had a big prominent spot against Bianca Belair, but she still has been booked a bit off. Drew has been booked horribly, man. I mean, he's a consistent main event talent. I think another one of my favorite matches was the triple threat Intercontinental title. That match was awesome. That match was awesome. And I'm not mad at Gunther retain either. I'm not mad at that, actually. It was cool. I'm not mad at that at all. But yeah, I mean, I can understand why all of them are mad. Bayley is just obsolete for the most part, and I think she should turn babyface again. And again, I'm not big on switching turns, but I think Bailey's time as a heel is just it's done. I think it's done. Bro counter for every time Vince Russo's bro leads in Raw. It would be a lot of bros, that's for sure. During the upcoming draft, who would you like to see drafted specifically from NXT to Raw or SmackDown? From NXT, again, man, I don't watch NXT. I follow it occasionally, but I would say perhaps hmm, I think they need some. I think they need a tag team resurgence, and I think Gallus is the champs right now, right? So it wouldn't make sense for them to be drafted to SmackDown or Raw. But I think Gallus has a potential as a team, and then they chase or they chase Academy or chase you, right? Um, yeah, I mean, more tag teams. We need some more tag teams, especially if the True Preference are going to split. Um, Bray and Alexa, I think you mean Alexa. Bliss said that she has some skin issues, but as far as I think it was just what it said. Hey, I'm ready to come back. It's just a matter. Somehow you have 3 hours of content. You don't even know when to bring people back. It's just insane to me. I can see Alexa coming back perhaps to attack Bianca Belair and run that back. I can see that happening, maybe for SummerSlam or something. As far as Bray is concerned, man, he's just kind of riding the waves and just kind of doing his thing now, man. Once he gets his mental health together, from I heard it was mental health related. Hopefully, hey, take your time. I'm all for taking your time when it comes to that. That's for sure. So whenever he gets himself together, there, he can come back. D-Money, 2-part question. Would you have to Gunther continue to streak into WrestleMania, and should Montez be the one to defeat him? I think I talked about Montez as far as what that looks like as far as building him up. As far as who should beat Gunther, I can see Sheamus beating Gunther. I can see Sheamus, but he's never, the angle is he's never been Intercontinental Champion. So I can see Sheamus being the one who beat Gunther, which I wouldn't be upset for. I talked about that already. Do they win the title? The Usos win the titles? No, I don't see the Usos winning the titles back for a while. And so, yeah, like I said, the name change can be because of Reigns' 1,000 days. I can see that. So Montez is the guy to beat Reigns because there's no way Reigns is losing the titles this year. I think they're going to be split. I think they're going to be split in the draft. So I wouldn't have Montez beating Reigns. That might be a bit of a stretch. But I can see them being split. I can see Seth becoming a champion, Seth turning heel, and then Montez, a Royal Rumble winner, Montez Ford against a heel Seth for the title at WrestleMania. That would be a banger. That would be a banger. Which babyface should turn heel and which heel should turn babyface? I think Seth should go heel again soon. I think Cody should go heel, though, probably even sooner than that. What heel should turn babyface? I think Reigns should eventually turn babyface probably before the end of the year or the beginning of next year. I think that's it's about that time for Reigns to turn again. Rollin, I used to think that Montez Ford could win the 2024 Royal Rumble, but I don't see the WWE pushing Montez before Gunther in theory, especially Gunther. Gunther is the MVP of 23 Rumble and SmackDown. Yeah, I mean the thing is, if they split the titles, You could. I mean, because I wouldn't mind Cody Gunther. See, for WrestleMania 24, if you do Cody Gunther, Cody's the champ, babyface, which I can see him turning heel, but knowing how Vince and Russell and WWE is, I can see Cody being champ by WrestleMania 40. So Cody Gunther and Rollins Ford, that would be two bangers of WrestleMania main events. That'd be great. I mean, I'd be for that. Gunther beats Cody for the title, and then Montez beats Seth. Talk about the 40th WrestleMania creating a new crop of main event stars. That's it right there. That's it. Because by the time 40 is over, you have Gunther and Montez Ford as your world champions. Sign me up, man. I'm all for it. What I think of about all of these recent WWE heel turns, knee jerk, Brock Chris and Braun Breaker. Does it continue to prove that WWE doesn't know how to book baby faces? Yes, they don't know how to book. Period. They don't know how to book. Period. Just these neat. I mean, Trish to bump Becky, and then Becky's going to be Trish, and then what? So at the end of this whole thing, Becky beating Trish. What does that even mean? It's not even going to mean. It's not going to. It's not really going to up Becky's stock. Brock is just a way to help Cody. I can see why they did with Brock, and I'm not mad. I've said before, I'm not mad at Brock turning, because Brock is just an anomaly at this point. He's just a special attraction. So if it's for the point of making Cody a baby face, sure. But I mean, it didn't seem like that was in the on the cards, for a while. It just seems like that was something they came up with to boost Cody. Braun Breaker, I mean, he's been a babyface for a while, but for what I've seen, he was not doing the best. All right, let me zoom through these real quick. Would I have Reigns surpass Bruno? I definitely would. No, I wouldn't. Bruno's had two big reigns. It's time for Roman Reigns to lose the championship. He's supposed to be taking some time off. He'll take the summer off. I can see him losing in Saudi. Yeah. Gunther was obviously MVP this year Rumble, but he lost, so they kind of owe him a Rumble win. I mean, to be fair, Kane lost. Kane for a while. Kane was, he eliminated more people than anybody in a single Rumble. He lost. I mean, Gunther is like, the modern Kane of the Royal Rumble. Although Gunther has the longest time in the Rumble now because of he's longevity, but he looked good. I mean, I will say that. I mean, a lot of times, longevity in the Royal Rumble still gives you some stripes, so to speak, and so it happens. I like I said, I think Cody Gunther should be for 40. The money would go Montez Ford versus Cody at WrestleMania. What do you think of with the Rock and Roman headlining? Yeah, Rock and Roman can be completely opposite. I mean, can be the I don't know about possibly headlining, perhaps, or at least semi-main. I'd be okay with semi-main. I mean, if you think about it this way, you can have, because I wouldn't want Reigns as a heel by that time, but okay. I mean, if you do him and Rock, Roman would be the heel, but I mean, at this point, for what though? I mean, he's had the title for 2 years and 8 months, and he's still a heel, and he's going to beat Rock. I mean, if there was any year to beat the Rock, this was the year. But I mean, on paper it sounds good, but I mean, Rock and Roman is. I mean, that bus probably left already. It looks good on paper, but a heel Roman going into 40, for what? Do you do a heel Rock? No, I don't see that. I see Dawkins move to NXT. I see NXT part of the draft. Maybe he gets a run near mid title. I wouldn't be mad at him going to NXT again, but man, just think about it. I mean, he was in NXT for so long, and for him to go down, man, that would be a bit demoralizing. Angelo to face Baron Corbin if they turn heel. Should have squash matches against Dolph Ray and others. Sure, but I mean, all this 50-50 stuff, it just doesn't really make people look good. What do you think of Vince's mustache and Vince's voice? I think it looks a little little Spanish. I think his name is Vicenta McMahon now. I think he went to Spain, and I think he adopted the culture and he respected them a lot, and now he looks like he's really got some Spanish roots. That's what I think he is now. Now I can see that he's feeling up Hit Road, or possibly have Dawkins with one of them, or Ricochet. Dawkins or Ricochet isn't a horrible idea, but it still, to me, wouldn't go too much. Best in world tourney. Okay, thank you, best in world tourney. Splitting up Hit Row, sure. I mean, but still, why? I mean, what is that even? It doesn't even mean anything. Shane won a World Cup. Okay, cool. Thank you. Cody's never beating Reigns. Apparently, a huge celebration is planned for Reigns that night. I can definitely see Cody beating Reigns. If native champions would be in Saudi, where the titles are defended, will Sam and KO lose them back to the Usos? That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So, yeah, Sammy wouldn't be there. Sammy doesn't go to Saudi events. So either you do one of those, let's do it on SmackDown, just to hide that, which I can see them doing. I can see them going against the Usos or whomever on SmackDown, before Saudi, just to say, okay, well, here's your title match for the tag team titles. That wouldn't surprise me, but do you have them win again to go to Saudi? That wouldn't surprise me either. Bowling season is done. I'm planning on trip to Lake of the Ozarks this summer. Hopefully I can go. Cool. Have fun. First time I was SummerSlam was on my birthday, which should be a national holiday. We'll enjoy SummerSlam on your birthday. We don't think Zack Ryder will return to WWE. WWE's teasing Ryder for like 2 weeks. And commentary said Cody's always ready, and Cody mentioned Man and Pro. Yeah, I did notice that. Sooner than later, but I mean, Matt Cardona's indie belt collector is much better than radio woo 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 Zack Ryder. I like Zack Ryder, but I mean, he's done a really good job with rebranding himself. So I'm all for it. Him continuing to do what he's going to do. So, let's see what else we got. All right, let's zoom through these real quick. Who's Tennessee takes in the NFL draft? We need a quarterback, but I heard we're interested in Aaron Rodgers. But man, like if we had a higher pick, CJ Stroud all the way, there's some quarterbacks that are still in the hunt there. I mean, people are saying Stetson Bennett might even be a walk-on, like he might even be drafted. I'm like, man, I'd take Stetson Bennett. Bryce Young, but Bryce Young is going to be higher. So we definitely need a quarterback. That'll be it for me. Thank you. Yeah, it's been I enjoy doing it with Vince and EC3. EC3 is a really cool dude, man. Lots of that Roman Reigns' wrestling ability is that much different from John Cena's ability. I think Roman's wrestling ability, I think he's a lot more agile than Cena. Roman's got some bangers too, man. People be sleeping on Roman. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, like he's got some bangers too, man. Edge, the message was good. I think that was a boring promo. The big dog, it was okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I liked it, but it was just. I mean, the tribal chief is the best for sure. How many games? I think the times were. Oh man, 8. I mean, if the AFC South is as bad as it was this year, they definitely can go in with with 8 wins. Roman was Randy at SummerSlam, and Randy Orton wins. No, I've been saying that Randy Orton. No. You need it to be somebody new, somebody different. We've already seen Orton and Roman at SummerSlam. That would be very lackluster. Oscar 0-5 at Mania. What a shame. You get it back. All right, lastly, True Kane lost Royal Rumbles, but I don't remember if he ever had a runner-up loss. Yeah, I mean the one that Austin won, that was 0-1. He had lastly eliminated Kane, if I'm not mistaken. His 0-1 win. I see Kane as another taker. Both won the WWE title, world title immediately. Gunther's taking a different route. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, I mean, I think Gunther should win the title at 40. He should beat Cody. I mean, Roman's career owes a lot to his bloodline storyline. Yeah. Where can I view your interviews with Booker T? Just type it in. Just type in Pancakes and Powerslams Booker T, and you should see it then. All right, y'all. We ran overtime, but it's cool because I'm having fun with my fam as always. This is awesome. Transition over to all of my streams. Man, y'all came through as always. Another fun show, and this was awesome. Thank you so much. Of course, subscribe to Pancakes and Powerslams. Share this video. Let people know that they can come on through and have fun every single week at the most lit late night wrestling show, the most interactive chat in the whole entire world. All right, y'all. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. Ooh, it's time to go. Good night, PNP Nation, for another awesome show. Thanks for coming through and interacting as always. Thank you for another awesome week of amazing questions. Hey-oh, hey-oh, PNP, I'll see you later. I'll see you later.